Hey there, planners. Today we're talking about waking up early, rising very early in the morning before the sun, before most others are awake, in order to achieve more productivity, get more accomplished, have better health, enjoy more success. Is it possible? Is it real? And if you're interested and convinced that you do need to get up earlier, how in the world do you start that habit? We're going to be tackling all of that today, so go grab your planners and let's get planning. So maybe you've heard the early bird gets the worm, or variations of the testaments of early risers and the success you can experience by waking up super early in the morning and getting your day started. Today we're going to tackle that. What are the benefits? What are some real life cases of folks who actually get up early and have experienced success? And also, how would you even go about starting a habit of waking up early if that's something that you want to embrace? I personally have been an early riser. I'm a morning person, partly because a job that I had very early in my career required me to get up very early for years and years, and that habit just established itself, but also because I feel more balanced when I am getting things done in the morning. I'm just a morning person. But if you've not ever been a morning person and you want to start that habit, this video is for you. Before I dive right in, I do want to welcome those of you who are new to Planning Annie. If this is your first time here, we're super excited to have you here. Here at Planning Annie, we are a community of planner enthusiasts. We love talking about our planners, our planner systems, productivity, getting things done, nailing our to-do list. We also enjoy all of the planner supplies and the creative outlets that planning and journaling provides. So if that sounds like something that you enjoy too, we hope you will consider subscribing and becoming a permanent part of our community. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. This is the podcast version of Planning Annie, meaning that if you want to multitask, you're encouraged to do that. This video will be more about the audio and discussion versus the actual visual elements, so feel free to multitask while you're listening to this podcast. And also, please join down in the discussion below in the comments. We love to share ideas with each other, ask questions. What are your thoughts? What are your experiences? And what are your ideas around waking up early? So, waking up early in the morning can potentially have benefits for you physically, mentally, as well as overall well-being and productivity. So let's talk about some of the benefits that have been studied and shared for waking up early. First of all, there does seem to be an impact on your sleep quality. So waking up early can help regulate your sleep patterns and improve the quality of your sleep, which, of course, we all know better sleep equals better well-being and better health. So by setting that kind of standard time that you wake up every morning, you have more of a sleep routine, which can improve your sleep quality. Increased productivity by starting your day early just gives you more time to get things done, which can help you be more productive and get closer to achieving your goals. Studies have shown that early risers tend to have lower levels of depression and anxiety than those who stay up late or sleep in. This could be attributable to daylight hours, things like that, but there does seem to be a correlation between mental health and early risers. People who wake up early are more likely to have a healthy breakfast, which can also improve your overall nutrition and energy levels throughout the day. There's more time for exercise when you're waking up early, and getting your body moving earlier in the morning can improve your physical health and your overall well-being. Starting your day early can actually help you feel less rushed and more in control of your schedule and able to fit those things in where you want them to be just because you have more time in the day. That can lead to lower levels of stress and anxiety, especially if you find yourself feeling very rushed when you are sleeping late or sleeping in. And early morning hours are quite often quiet and peaceful, and they provide a great environment for creativity and focus. This is why you see a lot of people getting up early in the morning to do scripture studies or meditation or sort of deep creative focused work. That increased creativity is a benefit of rising early in the morning as well. So Overall, waking up early can have a positive impact on your physical, mental, overall quality of life, your health, your levels of productivity. So there's benefits to waking up early in general, but can being an early riser actually make you more successful? Before we talk about the ways that it can potentially make you more successful, let's look at some people, some successful and famous people who have discussed and are known for having habits of rising early in the morning. So we'll start with Tim Cook from Apple. The CEO of Apple, Tim Cook, is known for waking up around 3:45 a.m. That is early. He starts his day early and sends out emails and exercises regularly. Michelle Obama, the former First Lady of the United States, has mentioned in interviews that she wakes up around 4:30 a.m. to get her day started. Richard Branson, who is the founder of the Virgin Group, is a well-known early riser. He wakes up around 5 a.m., exercises, spends time with his family, and then begins to tackle his to-do list. From history, Benjamin Franklin, the founding father of the United States and inventor, famously followed the saying, early to bed, early to rise, and he believed in waking up early, stating in his writings, typically around 5 a.m. is when he would get up, and he utilized his mornings for personal development and planning. Elon Musk, CEO of Tesla, and SpaceX and X, has mentioned in interviews that he wakes up early, typically around 7 a.m., and starts his day with a structured routine. Now, for me personally, 7 a.m. is not that early in the morning, but, to each his own. 7 a.m. may be early to you. Oprah Winfrey, the media mogul and television host, is known for her early morning routine. She often starts her day around 6 a.m. and practices meditation and gratitude and exercises. Howard Schultz is the former CEO of Starbucks. He's known to be an early riser and has talked about usually waking up around 4:30 a.m., and he used his mornings for exercise and reflection. The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, actor and former wrestler, also talks about his early rising, wakes up around 4 a.m. and uses his early mornings for workouts and a routine as part of his overall success. And then finally, Mark Wahlberg, actor, producer, very famous for his early morning routine, and has talked about how his day begins at 2:30 a.m. And he follows a very strict schedule that includes workouts and focus on his business ventures. So these individuals have, very different definitions of what early is, but the point is they're waking up at a time they feel is early, and they have daily routines and habits that they are emphasizing to help them achieve success. And that is kind of the point here of waking up early, and can it make you successful? These are all successful people by various standards, and they are waking up early. So let's talk about increased productivity, discipline, success, and noting that really not one size fits all formula, but just establishing what you want to get out of a waking up early routine. So some of the ways that waking up early can potentially contribute to your success, and we saw this in some of the examples of the famous people. Increased productivity, obviously. When you're waking up early, you are taking advantage of a quiet, uninterrupted time in the morning when you can focus on important tasks without distractions. And this leads to increased productivity because you probably do not have a lot of other times in your day, in your waking hours, where you can be uninterrupted. Waking up early establishes a structured start for your day, and that can lead to better time management overall. If you listened closely to the famous people we went through, that list, each one of them had a specific purpose that they were using that early morning time for, kind of designating that time and having a routine. Waking up early can also give extra time for self-improvement activities like exercise and meditation or self-development and learning. These activities obviously contribute to overall professional and personal growth and can often fall off the list when we feel rushed and not enough hours in the day. We lose sight of some of those activities. A consistent early waking schedule helps improve your sleep quality, which we talked about, but sleep quality really does have a long-term impact, positive impact on improved health. Good health is essential for long-term success, and so therefore having that routine of consistently waking up at the same time early in the morning can actually have benefits for your health. And then finally, early mornings are often quieter and more conducive to introspection, goal setting, planning, like that deep personal mindfulness and planning that you're just not going to find the time for in other parts of the day. You can set clear objectives and priorities in those quiet morning hours that you're not going to be able to do in the rest of your day. So it's essential to recognize that everyone's circadian rhythm is different. And what works for one person is not going to work for another. When we talked about went through the list of, successful, famous people, each one had a different start time, everywhere from 2:30 a.m. to 7 a.m. They are defining that as early because that's what works for them. Some people are just naturally night owls, and maybe they're more productive in those night hours. The key is finding that routine that aligns with your natural rhythm so that you can be at your best. Success is a result of a lot of factors, including hard work, determination, skills, opportunities, things like that. But we are talking about how waking up early may fit into that formula. So if you have decided that you want to start a habit of getting up early, or maybe this is something you're considering for the year ahead as a goal, a strategy that can help you be more successful, there's several steps you can take in order to set yourself up for success with your early morning ventures. So let's go through some of the ways that you can approach this. First of all, it's recommended that if you are not currently waking up early in the morning, if you're staying up late and sleeping in, that you make an adjustment gradually. So start waking up 15 to 30 minutes earlier each day until you reach your desired wake up time. And this is compared to, sleeping till 10 a.m. every morning and then all of a sudden trying to make yourself get up at 5 a.m. You want to just wake up a little bit earlier each day, 15 to 30 minutes until you hit that time. This gives your body time to adjust and make that transition and avoid the shock of getting up too early, which kind of sets you up for failure. All right, another step that you can take to help you be more successful in your attempt to create that habit is to wake up at the same time every day, including weekends. So once you have worked your way back gradually to the time that you want to wake up at that time every day. And that means maybe you're waking up at 5 a.m. Monday through Friday. You don't want to go back to sleeping to 10 a.m. on Saturday and Sunday, because if you do, it will make Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday that much harder. So you really want to set your internal body clock to that same time and let your internal clock kind of regulate that you're getting up at the same time every day. I started this a very long time ago, getting up around 5 a.m. And now I do that on the weekends as well. And that's what's most comfortable for me. So that consistency is key to having that successful habit. Another thing you can do to set yourself up for success if you want to create a routine of getting up early is to create a bedtime routine, which means establishing that relaxing routine that helps you wind down and prepare for sleep at night. You want to avoid, a lot of social media scrolling or TV watching. Anything with blue lights can interfere with your sleep. So you want to have that wind down time at night to make it easier to go to bed at a reasonable hour, making sure you're getting enough sleep, which is the next tip. So as you are adjusting your wake up time, you need to be monitoring your going to sleep time. So you're aiming for that 7 to 8 hours, which is really the sweet spot for most adults, in the sleep that they need so that they feel well rested, energized, and stay healthy. So make sure you are really monitoring the amount of sleep you're getting. Understanding in the transition period, your sleep may be a little strange, but once you set that routine and you're consistent and you have that bedtime, wind down time, you should be getting enough sleep that 7 to 8 hours. Using an alarm is another tip. If you cannot rely on your internal clock to wake you up, which as you're adjusting to a new wake up time, you would expect it would take a while for your internal clock to reset. Use an alarm, put it across the room from you so you can't hit the snooze button. Really force yourself to get up with that alarm. Snooze buttons are the enemy of creating this habit, so you really want to resist hitting the snooze on your alarm because you're really messing with your sleep cycle and you're avoiding getting up at the time you want to. You're using that time that you've set aside to be more productive for additional sleep. So get up immediately and start your day, and you can trick yourself with things like putting the alarm clock across the room or turning on the light as soon as the alarm goes off, things like that. Finally, have a reason that you're waking up early. So if you just have this goal to set a new habit of waking up early because you think the act of being awake earlier in the morning will help you be more successful, that's probably not going to be very motivating for you, and you're not going to see the results that you want to see. So really think about what is the reason and the motivation that you have for getting up early. Maybe you want to work on a specific project. Maybe you want to implement an exercise routine with this waking up early habit. Maybe you want to spend time with loved ones in that time. So really have a meaningful and motivating reason why you want to wake up early. So creating a habit takes time. It takes consistency. You're probably going to have some setbacks and failures. Accept that going in. Give yourself some grace and know that if you stick to it, it will become a habit that feels natural and effortless, and you should begin to see some of the results and benefits in your life of waking up early. I would love to hear from you down in the comments below. Is waking up early a goal that you have for yourself? Is this a habit that you have already established in your life, and what are the benefits that you're seeing? If this is something they're interested in pursuing in your life, what are your motivations? What's your why for wanting to get up early? I hope that you enjoyed the video and got some benefit out of it. If so, give me a thumbs up and let me know. Subscribe to Planning Annie for more content like this, and as always, thanks for planning with me.